Hi, welcome to Sweiver. I thought you might need a little explanation about what Sweiver is and the origin story, how this all got started. My name is Chelsea. I just moved to Venice Beach in September 2019. And my first week here, my friend Christina from DC was in the area on a little vacation, and she told me, oh, you simply must go to Erewhon. It's my favorite grocery store. They have valet parking, they have prepared meals, and I have to say, Christina has excellent taste. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna take her advice. She's never steered me wrong. There's an Erewhon on my way home from work, and I popped in one evening around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and the place was packed. And I wanted to find the bar with the prepared food. So I walk in, it's very shishi. Everybody's kind of like, I don't know, either very wealthy or very homeless, but nobody smelled bad. Everybody was kind of very bohemian, like very Trustafarian vibe. And I go in and there's this hot bar where there's a crowd of people. I can't even see the food. There's so many people. It's so intimidating. It's like being in line for an underground techno club in Berlin. And I was just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm too nervous. I'm not fancy enough. So I look down the aisle and there's this wall of beautiful jarred soup. So I just go grab a soup and I scurry out. I was too scared. So I text Christina and I was like, oh my God, I tried and I couldn't do it. And then a couple days later, I thought, okay, I'm on my way home again. I'm gonna drive past Erewhon. Now I know what I'm walking into. I think I'm more prepared. So I go in, I see the crowd, I freak out, I grab a soup, I run out. I was just way too intimidated. So then a couple weeks later, I'm thinking about it. I really want to try it. It looks interesting. I feel like I'm cool, but I guess I'm just not that cool. So I went out for drinks in Venice, and it was like 9:30 when drinks wrapped up. And I thought, you know what? Now maybe it's a good time for me to pop back into Erewhon. Maybe it's less crowded. So I go in, there's like maybe 3 or 4 people. I realize there's a deli number system, just like old school at Giant or ShopRite, where you take the number and they call your number and you go up and make your order. Very retro, like very, very on brand. So I grab my number. There's a couple people ahead of me and I'm waiting there. And this guy wearing a cape comes up to me and is like, oh, I love your rings. Tell me the story of your rings. So I start to, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, this one's from my grandmother. And he cuts out, well, let me tell you about my rings. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So he starts telling me the story of all of his rings. This was never about me. It was always about him. And then they blow right past my number. And I'm like, oh my God, oh no. What am I gonna do? I finally made it here and I fucked it up. So I scurry up to the counter and I'm like, oh, I was number 91. I was number 91. So they're like, okay, no worries. They grab a container and I look at the hot bar, and I've been hearing about this vegan buffalo cauliflower. So I get up there and I'm like, okay, it's my moment. Vegan buffalo cauliflower. They don't have it. I'm like, oh, God damn it. I don't know what else to order. And everybody's kind of pushed up against the glass, so I can't see what the other items are. And I look down the line and I see that there's a tray of macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, mac and cheese? He's like, okay, gluten-free vegan mac and cheese. I'm like, God damn it. That's not gonna be good. But anyway, so I get the mac and cheese, I get a couple sides, I go home, I try this. Excellent. It was so good. I was so satisfied. I was so proud of myself for finally going. I let Christina know. And then fast forward a couple weeks, my mom comes to visit. She lands LAX like 9 p.m. and she's hungry, but she wants something healthy. Erewhon. So I feel really confident now. Not only have I ordered once, now I have my mom with me. So I go into Erewhon, again, not too crowded that late at night. I stroll up to the counter. I'm like, Mom, this is how it's done. We take a number, we wait in line. So we get up there, we both order our meals. We even do a little grocery shopping, fresh produce. I mean, we really went hard in Erewhon. And I'm feeling super confident. We get up to the cash register. This was sometime in December, and I see that there's a reusable grocery bag for sale at the cash register, but there's no price tag. So I said to my mom, oh, I'm gonna get one of these for Christina, a little gag joke, little holiday gift, a little reminder of Erewhon, and my gratitude for her introducing me to this beautiful store. So I asked the cashier, how much is that reusable shopping bag? She looks down and she said, oh, that one, that's $15. And I'm like, oh, $15 for a reusable bag. Okay, whatever, it's Erewhon, it's fancy. And then she looks again and she says, oh wait, which one is that? Oh no, That one's $67. $67? I look at my mom, I think our jaws dropped. She looks at us and could see our reaction and she's like, well, you know, it's wax coated canvas. It ages like leather. I was like, oh, yeah, but you put your raw chicken and your berries in it. No, I'm not paying $67 for a reusable grocery bag. Sorry, Christina, I love you, but no. So I'm feeling like super confident. We get our food, we get out of there, we come home, and my mom and I are just like, oh my God, that grocery bag, I can't believe it. So we start researching Erewhon, and I look up their website, and at this point, I realize the origin story of their name. Erewhon is nowhere, spelled backwards. And Sweiver is reviews, spelled backwards. So now you have the Sweiver origin story. And just to tee up my first review, which I did back, I think in January sometime, the reason I recorded a review is because Christina has been raving about the kelp noodles. And every time I go in, did you get the kelp noodles? Did you get the kelp noodles? And I couldn't figure out where they were because they're kind of like back in this separate section from the hot bar food. I finally found them. And as a reward for Christina directing me to these kelp noodles, and asking me about them all the time, I was like, you know, I finally have them. I'm gonna sample 4 different kinds and send her a video of me tasting them just so she can scratch that Erewhon itch and kind of live vicariously through my kelp noodle tasting. So I hope you enjoy my adventure through Erewhon. It's been a journey of personal growth and strength, you know, finding courage that I didn't know I had. And thanks for coming along this ride with me. I hope you enjoyed the Sweiver.